The Bureau of Land Management's White River Field Office manages a 190,000-acre area for a healthy wild horse herd that is in balance with other resources and uses of the land. This area is called the Piceance East Douglas Herd Management Area, and it's located in northwestern Colorado, southwest of the town of Meeker.
We're doing the gather in that area because that population has grown above what we call the appropriate management level. So the population is just a little higher than we want it to be. That horse population is doing really well. The horses are healthy. It's really a really great place for horses. And because of that, we need to get in there and bring the population back down to the appropriate level so that the horses stay healthy and the range stays healthy, and we can manage for a balance of uses. So we also need range out there for wildlife and also livestock. So that's what we're trying for there, healthy horses on healthy rangeland. One of the things we're seeing in Piceance East Douglas, which is the area that we've dedicated to managing wild horses in balance with other uses, is we're just starting to see a little bit of overgrazing and the population getting a little too high. But another thing associated with that, as the population grows, it starts to disperse. So if we can keep the population within the appropriate management levels that we've set, that'll help keep the horses in the area where we've designated to manage for them, and which is really the best area for them.
The BLM gathers and removes excess wild horses from the Piceance East Douglas Herd Management Area about every 4 years to keep the horses from overpopulating. While BLM will not be gathering any of the 318 wild horses within this area this fall, it will be gathering and removing about 138 wild horses that have moved out of the Piceance East Douglas area. BLM will continue to monitor the health of the range in the Piceance East Douglas Herd Management Area and will remove excess wild horses from within the area when it becomes necessary in future years.
We're out in the Piceance East Douglas HMA on the 84 Mesa area, looking at some range conditions, range health here. We've got a few different grass species, some western reed grass, some Sandberg bluegrass, some other forb species, shrub species. And what we're really looking at is how much is being used, how much is being left, and the overall health. It says that this is a healthy community, the uses are balanced, you know, the livestock, wild horses, and wildlife are all have their fair share, but they're not taking too much. The plants have an opportunity to regrow so that they have feed for next year, and they won't move away from the herd management area. They can stay right here. They got plenty of water, good feed for summer, winter. Ultimately, if we have these good, healthy rangelands, we can sustain good, healthy herds of wild horses for a long time, and that's our ultimate goal out here.
The goal of the gather is to help the White River Field Office manage a healthy wild horse herd over the long term in the area that best meets their needs.
When we manage for a single use and allow one species to overpopulate, it devastates the other species. And that's what's occurring with the overpopulation of the wild horse. Well, I think it's absolutely essential that they gather the excess horses because it's absolutely devastating to the range in those areas when these populations get over what they will support. When the horse numbers get out of compliance, it damages their ability to manage for the other uses of the land. I have heard no one think that the wild horses don't have a place. All we're asking for is that they be managed at appropriate levels, and the benefit to that is then our range conditions will stay healthy.
The overpopulation that's occurred in the last several years has become a real issue as far as the multiple use philosophy that the BLM has in Rio Blanco County and the White River Field Office. Range health is one of the most important things that we have, and we really need to try hard to preserve that and work together and maintain good rangeland health. Rio Blanco County does support gathering wild horses. We support a sustainable, manageable amount of wild horses in Rio Blanco County.
I have always loved horses, and it has taken me until my adult life to actually own horses. And the more I got into horses, I discovered the wild horses. And I think they represent the strength and the freedom of this country, and they played an important role in developing the Western United States, and I would like to see that heritage preserved for future generations, and I realize it takes work and commitment in order to guarantee their survival for all time. I just consider the gather as part of a management process that keeps the horses at a sustainable level. The reality on the ground is there's not unlimited range because the land that is out there is being competed for by numerous entities, whether it is the elk, the deer, people who want to recreate on the land, cattlemen who need the land in order to provide meat for people's table. I mean, all those resources need to use the same land, and in order for everyone to use it, they have to work together, and no one entity can take more than their share. And there is no such thing as unlimited land. There is no such thing as unlimited food supply, because as the animals get better food, they produce more. But at some point, there's no grass left, and they're all starving to death. And that, to me, is not a pretty picture and something that I wish to avoid.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our time here together, and particularly viewing some of the beautiful country here in northwest Colorado. Ultimately, what we're really trying to get down to is that we ensure we have healthy horses on healthy rangelands.